Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Hello. Fine, and you?
I'm okay. A bit with a bit of a hoarse
Oh,
voice, but I'm fine.
oh,
Yeah, never a
this
dull
is
moment
is normal in.
at this time of the year, right? Yes, yes. We have at the school where I work, we have central heating, and children
Oh,
normally feel terribly hot. So they open
oh,
the windows, and the polar wind was getting to my chest. And well, there you have it. Well,
oh, yes.
how about you? How are you?
Sorry?
How are you?
Ah, good, good. I stay in Cava actually.
Really? Yes. I see. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
All
for
right.
work. Uh,
On business. I see.
yes,
Okay. I'm going to open up our folder. I see. Do you have to travel a lot with your job?
yes, 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 yes. This week I travel to Mar del Plata.
You did, really?
Uh,
Okay. Quite a lot then.
yes, yes, yes. I tired
You're
for
tired.
the drive is is very uh, hard, very hard.
Long, right? Yes, right. Yeah. Okay. And then you cannot enjoy much of the place either whenever you are traveling because since you're in business, you cannot enjoy much of the city, right?
Yes, no, no, only business.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, that becomes a disadvantage then. Well, okay. Let's have a look at our material. We were supposed to. This was the organization here. We're supposed to watch this video, right? And
Okay,
yeah,
yes, this video I
was
don't see the last week.
exactly, yeah, it was the one we were supposed to watch, and since the place was too noisy, we couldn't. Now, what's going on? Why is it that I cannot open it? Sometimes there are issues with the links. So
Okay,
I need to hover it on top of the button because the link doesn't open until here. There. Okay.
Tu vida. ¿Sabías que tu vibración interior es la responsable de que atraigas lo que deseas, pero también de que lo alejes? Existen muchas personas que creen en su capacidad de atracción, pero que terminan desistiendo de poner en práctica la ley de la atracción porque no consiguen sus.
So it was 2001, and a group of software visionaries gathered at a ski resort to share their experiences and figure out why so many software projects were failing. This wasn't just about documenting best practices. They knew the industry required a fundamental shift in values, and so the Agile Manifesto was born. A declaration of 4 bold value statements that became the basis of a new approach to software development and would change the industry forever. But what were those 4 values, and why should you care? Let's take a look. But first, it is important to point out that the Agile Manifesto ends by noting that all of the things mentioned are important, just that some things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1, individual.
Here we are. So we are going to see the first part. I'm going to open up a Jamboard that I have prepared for this so that we can actually get to see what this man has discussed here. Well,
okay.
all right, here,
Agile Manifesto.
the Agile Manifesto right here. So here, what we have is a number of words that I have extracted from this section for us to put them into the correct order of appearance, right? You have shift,
Okay.
statements, prioritize, failure, best practices, gathered, and trying. Oh, can you either put them into the correct order or know what they refer to?
Okay. The, only the top words, right?
Yes, the words at the top. Yes.
The top words. Okay. Prioritize,
Why
prior.
shift? Why prioritize? Why statements? Failure? Best practices? Gathered? And probably the word Trump is something that you might not know. Yes, then we're going
Okay.
to watch it again for you to see how the word is used. So, shall I play it back? Do you want me to play it back? And I'll stop every time these words appear. I think it's going to be better in this way. Just a second.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. Recap the means of the word.
Okay,
Uh,
yes. What do we
shift,
mean by shift?
shift.
Shift is a change.
Okay, change. Perfect.
Yes.
Statement is
Statement.
status.
It could be, or it could be like declarations. Yes. Affirmative sentences that you make statements. Yes. As una enunciación, right? That would
Okay,
be a statement. You also have
statement.
your statement of account. There's el estado de cuenta, for example. That's another use to it. But, well, you maybe need to draft certain statements, como hacer un borrador de enunciados, ¿no?
Mm-hmm.
Gather,
Mm-hmm.
there it says to get together, and in this case, it was at a ski resort. Yes, this is the way the video starts, by saying that. Prioritize, I think it's okay. Yes, I believe that you know that.
Prioritize es priorizar, ¿no es cierto?
Yes, that's right. Yes, when you decide that certain topics are more important than others, then failure.
Perfect.
Failure. Do you know
Failure,
the word?
failure, no. Failure,
Okay.
what
For
what do you
example,
mean?
when you have to take an exam, there are two options. You can pass the exam or you can fail the exam. So then, if you fail it, it's a failure. Yes, un desaprobado. O algo que falla. Yes, so that would be something that, for example,
Sí, es como un
in
error.
development, exactly right. Yes, an application may have a number of failures. So it fails when it needs to check the documentation, or it fails when in the login function, for example, right? But we have
Yes,
best
okay.
practices. Sorry.
Yes, mejores prácticas, eso,
Yes,
okay.
that's right. Yes, good. And Trump, this part, I want you to see it, how they use it, yes? So that you can get the meaning there. Just a second. Let me see. I will stop at every word that appears here so that we can recapitulate for every word.
So it was
Sorry,
2001,
Trump,
and a group of
No, that's fine. I want you to listen to how it's used here so that you can see it from the context. Yes?
software visionaries
okay.
gathered at a ski resort.
Here, the first word was mentioned. Yes? Which was the first word?
Okay, ski resort is number one for the word.
Okay, but the word was not there. The word was gathered. They gathered at a ski resort. To gather is
Okay,
to get together. Yeah, for example, we
yes, okay.
normally gather at Christmas time. Family gathers at Christmas time. Yeah. So, or you gather information. Yes, you get a pool of information. Now, in this case, these people gathered at a ski resort.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So it was 2001, and a group of software visionaries gathered at a ski resort to share their experiences and figure out why so many software projects were failing.
Failure.
Yes, adhere, well, the word was failing. Yes, so to share their experiences and work out why so many softwares were failing, right?
This wasn't just about
Okay.
documenting best practices. They
So the
Okay.
gathering, this meeting wasn't just about documenting best practices, he says.
knew the
Perfect.
industry
Perfect.
required a fundamental shift in
So the industry here, he says,
about documenting best practices. They knew the industry required a fundamental shift in values.
Claro, los cambios fundamentales que deberían hacer.
yes, they knew that the industry required fundamental shifts in values, right? The way they were handling the activity.
And so the Agile Manifesto
Yo,
was
perdón, lo que entiendo, Nilce, perdón, lo que ellos quieren hacer es como se juntaron para ver
Mhm.
una nueva forma de producir el software, ¿verdad?
Exactly, yes, yes.
¿Está bien?
So
Bien.
yes, you have before they would go through the cascade methodology. So they would work on, for example, the whole project, yes, and probably at the end, when they had the final product ready, they would show it to their customers. So
Bien.
normally those products, or those applications or web pages or whatnot,
Ujú.
those
Sí.
developments were
Ujú.
already out of date. Yeah, because people had already changed their minds because their business had changed. And on top of that, if there were mistakes, it was too late
Ujú.
to correct them. Because maybe you made a mistake at the very beginning of the development, and having to correct all that would imply that one mistake would be running solid through the development from beginning to end.
Ok.
So that was very risky. And it also meant a terrible waste of money. And I guess that people who paid for that felt that they were, in a way, embezzled, como que eran estafados, right? Because
Ujú.
they were swindled out of their money because what they had asked for was not good. It was obsolete by the time they needed to use it, and so they said, "Well, we need to change our practice." Yeah. So now,
a declaration of
Good.
4 bold value statements that became the basis
okay. So here,
the Agile Manifesto was born. A declaration of 4 bold value statements that became the basis of a new approach to software development and would change the industry forever.
okay. So what is the Agile
Sí.
Manifesto?
Correcto. Good.
Here, the word statements, yes, appears. It was then the declaration of 4 bold, he says. Bold means to the point, yes, something that does not accept ambiguity in interpretation, yes. Bold, right? Statements, okay.
Ok.
And this is the way the Agile Manifesto was born.
Good.
But what were those 4 values, and why should you care? Let's take a look. But first, it is important to point out that the Agile Manifesto ends by noting that all of the things mentioned are important, just that some things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1.
Okay, so everything is important and everything has to be written down. Yes, that was, let me see. Now I'm going to play it all over again so that you can hear properly.
Ok.
So, it was 2001, and a group of software visionaries gathered at a ski resort to share their experiences and figure out why so many software projects were failing. This wasn't just about documenting best practices. They knew the industry required a fundamental shift in values, and so the Agile Manifesto was born. A declaration of 4 bold value statements that became the basis of a new approach to software development and would change the industry forever. But what were those 4 values, and why should you care? Let's take a look. But first, it is important to point out that the Agile Manifesto ends by noting that all of the things mentioned are important, just that some things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1. individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This doesn't mean throw processes and tools out the window. It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication. Number 2.
Yes,
Perfect.
so here, here I included the word Trump before
The
and
Trump.
it appears here. Yes, so here.
Yes.
So it
Yes.
says there.
Over processes and tools. This doesn't mean things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Individual
Prioritize.
interactions over processes and tools. This doesn't mean throw processes and tools out the window. It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication.
Yes. So what do you understand by Trump here?
Trump, the interaction or communication.
It says that face-to-face work should trump over rigid forms of communication. So it should be there to be better than the other, yes, the other practice, yes. So it should replace it to offer a better solution, right? Okay, so now if we go back to the Jamboard, here, let's see, we have, let's see, we've got following a plan, individual and interactions, working software, customer collaboration, comprehensive documentation, contract negotiation, responding to change, and processes and tools. So we have to match pairs here, right? What things would be better practices than others? So let's go back to this. Oh, sorry. Okay, here. Once again.
Things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This doesn't mean throw processes and tools out the window. It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication.
Okay, so here, which are the two we need to match?
Yes, process and tools.
Okay, oh, sorry. So, oh no, I need to move the, but I have to make it small. And the other, so this would be over processes and tool here at the top. So I will
Yes.
have to change it like this. Yep. With the
only this.
okay, let's listen to this again. Don't worry.
All of the things mentioned are important, just that some things must be prioritized over others. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. This doesn't mean throw processes and tools out the window. It simply
Yes. Yes. He says individuals and interactions. Yes. Individuals and interactions should trump over processes and tools. Exactly. I'll move this over here for our second pair. So then let me see. Here we go.
Means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication.
Yes, face-to-face interaction should trump over rigid work and rigid forms of communication should trump over.
Processes and tools out the window. It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and
yes, should trump rigid workflows
and impersonal forms of communication.
And impersonal forms of communication. No, the second pair.
Number 2.
Ahí lo que dice que, digamos, lo que buscan, perdón, lo que entiendo es que en la forma en la que interaccionan y se comunican, como que haya una mejor forma sería de interaccionar.
Yeah, to have a more fluid conversation, like for example, I'm developing something. I don't understand something. I need to call you and talk, and we can have that talk. Yes.
Claro.
Maybe that is the reason why they also have the daily meetings. I've heard about. We have a daily, yeah. So every day they organize the agenda, and they also talk about the difficulties that they have had. Yes, and so this ensures that they're not going to get stuck with something and waste time. Means also wasting money. Yeah. So they also these let's see, channels of communication are also made more fluid with certain tools, as he mentions there, but they privilege face-to-face communication, right? Then, so this is the other pair you have.
And tools out the window. It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication. Number 2, working software over comprehensive documentation.
So we have working software can be used, yes, que funcione, quiere decir, ¿no?
Sí, sí.
Software funcionando over comprehensive means meticulous, minucioso, ¿sí? Eso es lo que significa comprehensive, right? Minucioso, meticuloso, yeah. Before, they would document everything that the person wanted, and not until they had that would they start developing. And here, well, what they prioritize is if I am a customer, I want a web page, the first thing they will deliver me in 1 week's time is a login function so that I can already start working with my web page in a rudimentary way, because they are not going to tell me that my web page is going to be or is going to have the fireworks. I know that for sure, but little by little, they will be increasing and renewing my web page to make it more functional, to make it more sophisticated. But I can already start working with my business. For example, if I have an online store, I can already start selling my products. And then they might include pictures, descriptions, I don't know, more functions like, I don't know, PayPal, or usually those things are covered from the very beginning. So that the customer, in this case, the owner of the web page, can already start working with his or her customers, yeah?
Good.
Okay, so then, so here we go with the
working software.
Okay, working software, fine, here over. The other pair is, we have individuals and interactions over processes and tools, right? And then the other one is working software over, over
processes and tools.
Yes, and here, which is the other pair? We have working software over.
Working software over, sí.
Say it again, don't worry.
Yes, compensate documentation.
It simply means that a good face-to-face chat should trump rigid workflows and impersonal forms of communication. Number 2, working software over comprehensive documentation.
Yes, working software
Yes.
over comprehensive documentation.
Yes.
Remember when you say, for example, maybe you have a manual. It's comprehensive. That means that it is very detailed. Yes, that means this is a comprehensive guide on how to operate I don't know, an ultrasound machine, for example, an echograph, right? So they tell you exactly how you have to go step by step. That is what comprehensive is. Then,
Good.
all right. Then you have the next comprehensive. Yes, comprehensive.
Comprehensive, minucioso. Okay.
Exactly.
Makes sense, right? But traditional software development often produced extensive documentation before a program was released for initial testing. Some documentation is good, but wouldn't it be better to have the program than a book describing it? Number 3.
Yes, so before they would document everything without having anything developed. And so now they say, okay, let's have this developed before we have all these documents.
Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Sure, you'll want to start out with some initial guidelines, but instead of locking customers in a cage by defining the exact details of the project before it starts, teams and customers should collaborate to find the best solutions. And finally, number 4.
Oops, so number 3, what is it?
Customer collaboration and
Yes, okay.
contract negotiation.
Contract negotiation, fine. So the idea is that you are always going to be checking out with your customer what he really needs. Yes, we included this. Is it all right? Do you like it? Do you think it's going to be instrumental for your business? Yes.
Yes.
Or we need to omit this because it's redundant or it's no longer used. It's old-fashioned. So we also give our point of view. Yes. And
Good.
we can say, well, here I would include this loop, for example, for your page always to be up. So would you like that, for example? Okay, so then, and then the last one.
Where it starts, teams and customers should collaborate to find the best solutions. And finally, number 4, responding to change over following a plan. Nothing ever goes entirely according to plan. So instead of sticking with something that isn't working, it's much more effective to make adjustments as your situation changes. Following the values isn't always easy, but when you build them into your team's processes, customers notice, and the payoff is huge. Which of the Agile values do you think is the most important?
Okay, so that's a question that we need to answer now. So here was responding to change over.
Following a plan.
Okay, so which of all these values do you think is the most important for you?
In my industry or the
In my
software
industry? Let's take both. In your
Okay,
industry, which one is it?
Yes, in my business, the most important for this topic is the customer collaboration. Is very important. And
in what sense? Why do you consider it important?
yes, is a practice, a normal practice in my business is the here for the necesidad de cómo sería del cliente.
The needs of the customer, because of
Claro,
the needs
okay.
of the customer.
Okay, here the needs of the customer in different different topics.
Listen to the needs, yes, because when you hear because you've got ears. I can hear
Yes.
the heater, I can hear the bird singing, but if I pay attention to you, I am listening to. So listen to the customer's needs.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. And work in internal for the company for offer the solution for these
Okay.
these needs.
Offer a solution, yes, to these needs. Okay, fine. All right. So your duty is to work in the company, yes. And my duty is to work, yes. Say within, dentro, sorry, like this, within the
Yes.
company to offer a solution, I have my duty.
Yes, this
Okay.
point is very, very important.
Okay, fine. Now, which are your customers' needs in your particular case?
Sorry, repeat.
Yes, you say which are your, you say
Sí.
customer needs. Yes, in your particular.
Okay. Yes, is well, a lot, a lot. But the most important is the financial solution,
Mhm.
and the products. The product is very common. Different products in the
Industry.
agriculture in that industry, uh, and the technical solution is very common.
Common too.
Uh,
Ah, I see. Okay, I see.
yes.
Do you work with Inca? Do you work with the Inca? Or
Uh, no. I work in private company. UPL is a private company,
yes, yes.
but with the government office with INTA, SENASA, and similar. We have a hard
Relationship.
relationship. Yes, hard relationship. Yes.
Yeah, maybe they get you stuck in most of your projects and most of your activities. They make you get stuck,
Yes.
quedarse estancados. Yes.
Yes,
Eh,
yes, yes. It's very important in this house of study. Normally have the last tendency for the technique technique topics.
the technical topics.
Technical
You mean
topics. Okay.
now in these last days you've been stuck on technical topics because of this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a real shame. Well, okay. And then, for example, when you told me, is it about my activity or the development department? Which do you think for the development department, or which you think which of these values is the most important for the development department?
Um, uh, okay, in this case, comprehensive,
Comprehensive.
comprehensive documentation,
Uh-huh.
I think is very important
Yes.
uh,
Okay.
for
But
the details is important in this
yes,
case.
details are important. However, now they privilege, yes, they prioritize working software.
Oh,
Yes. For them,
okay,
this is a must. Yeah. And
okay,
even though comprehensive communication is vital, the most important and uppermost in their minds is working software. This is an expression that you can use. What is uppermost in their minds? Yes, lo que está, lo que de
lo
su
más
primera,
importante.
¿no? Yes,
Okay.
what is uppermost,
Eh,
uppermost in their minds is
ah,
a working software.
okay.
Mhm.
Uppermost.
Good,
Okay.
perfect, great,
Okay.
lovely. So now let's go back to this. It says, well, what's this short presentation? Explain the four values. Let me see if there's anything that should be. For example, if we have individuals and interactions over processes and tools, how can you put it in your words?
Uh, yes, this case is very important. In my industry, um, the have the special programs for
There are, you
develop
say there. There are special programs, yes.
Yes, for example, for the development of products, and in this case, the company include different perfiles, ¿cómo sería?
Profiles. The company
Yes,
includes, is it
yes,
include? Okay.
yes. The company includes different profile in this project.
And what are these profiles that they include?
Yes, for example, we have a development for a new product, the herbicide. Herbicide, okay?
Okay.
In this project includes agronomic engineer, the marketing specialist for the
Specialist, the marketing specialists.
yes, the marketing specialist for the R&D specialist
R&D,
and
research and development specialists. Yes. Okay.
yes, and in algunos casos sería
In some cases.
yes, in some cases the users for the project.
Okay. I see.
Some users.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and together work for the development for these products.
Okay. So you said and to maybe and they work together
Okay.
in the development of these products.
Yes.
Okay, good. Lovely. How many
Yes.
products does the company develop?
Oof, a lot, a lot. In the last 5 years, most 20 in
More than 20.
Argentine.
Wow, interesting. Mostly
Yes.
herbicides, fertilizers, and for example, environments.
In the the portfolio for the company is very strong in five
Oh,
segments.
I see.
Insecticide, herbicide, fungicide, biologic solution,
Biologic solutions.
yes, and biostimulant solution.
Uh-huh. I see.
Biostimulant solution is similar for fertilizers, but
As fertilizers
yes, but with the difference.
with seeds,
Uh,
right?
Sorry?
They soak the seeds in substances that will guarantee that the seed will grow.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, like balms, como like they have like substances that the seed is normally surrounded with, so that whenever you plant that seed, you know that that seed will produce a plant. Yeah, they are
yes, yes.
biological.
The key word in this case is promotion. Promote.
To promote growth.
Yes, to promote growth. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I learned about it in the Faculty of Agronomy. I heard about that because once we went on an exhibition that was organized by the different departments. I was a teacher at the Faculty of Agronomy. I taught English there. And well, in this opportunity, I heard that seeds were a win-win possibility for every grower. Now, it's not that you're going to have patches of land without
Yes.
crops. Okay.
Yes. Yes. The use for biological solution and stimulant
Bio,
solution biostimulant
biostimulant
solution is a new tendency in the
in
agriculture
agriculture.
agriculture agriculture industry,
Yes.
and the object
The objective.
The objective
Yes.
for the future is the less for the use chemical solution and the increase the use for this solution.
Natural solutions, right?
Yes, natural. This this use don't have a, don't have a velocity.
Speed.
Claro, okay. This this change no.
Don't offer, maybe. These changes.
Yes.
Changes don't offer possible speed. But what they do is they emulate nature. Yes.
Yes. Step to step. Yeah.
Step by step. Yeah.
Step by step. Yes.
Exactly. To emulate nature is to copy nature. Yes. They try to obtain results by following the natural processes that we can find in nature, maybe by aiding them, assisting them with these products so that we don't have to wait for centuries for this to happen. But
Yes.
in a way, the idea is that you're trying to follow the natural course of nature.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes. This product no
Don't.
don't replace totally the
No.
function for the chemical solution.
Yes, I know.
In actually complement
They
the
complement
function,
the
complement
function. Yes,
the function.
you say there.
But in the future, the new product posiblemente or possible is possible
Yes, new products.
is possible replace totally the function.
Yeah. Well, for example, if you think of Inca agriculture, Mayan
Mhm.
agriculture, they did not resort to chemicals and they were marvelous producers. And they strongly resort to the cycles of nature, the secrets of nature. So I
Mhm.
think that the answer is there. I mean, it's just having to go back to the roots so as to
Mhm.
see how these can be implemented once again in a way with chemicals and science. This order, this natural order got disrupted for a while and a lot of damage was created. And
Mhm.
now, I mean, going back to the origins is probably where the solution and obviously get perfected.
Yes, yes.
Mm-mm.
The consumer actually and the future, the new
Currently,
the new claro, sorry, currently
currently, and
the new generation of consumer is very
they have a strong
uh,
position.
yes, yes, correct. Yes.
Mhm.
Uh, Yes, it's very strong position for the 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 change for the form of produce the food.
Yes, you say concerning the way food is produced. Yes, yes.
Yes.
You can say strong position or they have strong feelings too. That's another one.
Uh, something to, okay.
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
Es more exigente, no sé cómo sería ahí.
Demanding. Yes,
Okay,
they are more demanding.
it's more demanding. And the industry to adapt for the tendency.
Mhm. Yeah, has to. Yes, the industry has to adapt.
Had to adapt.
Yes, this tendency. Yeah, but what I see is that now there's less resistance. Before, these two approaches used to clash. Now I think that I don't know. There's more flexibility, and people in science also see the point. In some cases, not everybody.
No, behind the this tendency or the
Tendency.
this yes the this tendency have a economic
Yes, there
economic
are economic interests.
yes economic interest. The the in Europe and and in Europe, in USA, in Japan, exists the level media class
No,
with
it would be average class, yes, or the average social, an average social
yes
class, yes.
okay okay average
Mhm,
social class
mhm.
okay average social class with economic power for a cost this food uh,
And sorry, I
food
couldn't hear.
produce
To what? To do what with this food?
yes okay the the food produced totally with biological products
Yes,
is most spent for
expensive. Yes, it's more
yes
expensive. Yes.
it's more expensive and this food uh, is is focused or is
Targeted,
target for
targeted. Yes,
yes
it's targeted.
this yes this food is targeted for the average class.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. You say
No the less class no have a money for a cost this food.
to afford. Yes. Lower classes cannot afford this kind of food. Yes. Let's say for rich workaholics. Yes. It
Yes.
is targeted for rich workaholics. Yes. People that are always working, always producing. Yes. But lower classes, sorry, cannot afford it. Yes. They cannot pay for it.
Yes, cannot afford it. Yes, in the future, these products grow and the, the cost
The
low,
cost
the
will
cost
lower,
low,
will get lower.
what
Yes.
is possible for the lower class acquire this food. Actually,
No, actually means
actually
in
no.
fact, you have to say currently or at this moment. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Currently, no is possible.
It is not possible, right? Yes. Currently, it's not possible. Maybe here what you can say, there will be this overspilling phenomenon. Yes, like when you pour water and you pour and you pour, and then water comes out of the container, you call this overspill. When production becomes larger than the demand, yes, so
Hmm.
this production will overspill and this will push the prices down, hopefully.
Yes,
That is what,
yes,
in theory, should happen. But then in reality, this never happens. I mean, some,
yes.
but in general,
Is
prices keep going up all the time.
Yes, is the rules offer or demand.
Yeah,
It's
I
simple.
laugh because when we were children and color TV appeared, my father applied this Adam Smith principle. He said, we are not going to get a color TV until prices go down. And we were the
Yes,
last ones to get a color TV, and prices never came down. So we had to pay for a very expensive TV set anyway, but we were
yes.
almost the last ones to get one. So
And in currently this TV is low expensive. It's
uh,
massive.
yes, well, the old ones, because smart TVs are quite expensive.
Okay, good. But the color TV in general is
Yeah,
very easy acquired.
to acquire, yes, to get one. Yes, you're right. Okay, now let's see, let's go on. Okay, where are we here? Now, here it says.
Is very important in this case, but the population of the world increase day a day. Okay, actually 9 billion persons, and in 30 years to future, in the world have 10 billion person. 10 billion
Mhm.
person is very a lot person, and
Yes,
this always have eat day a day.
yes, they will always have to eat. Yes, they will
Yeah,
always
yes,
to eat. Yes.
and always three day a day, and in this situation require a lot produce for the food,
A lot to
and
produce. Yes.
this food don't or not is possible produce which biological products.
Mm.
The chemical products
Products
uh, eh, van a seguir, ¿cómo sería?
will continue.
O
Continue.
yes, yes, will continues in the short future.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
fundamentally for the efficiency,
for
the,
efficiency.
the
Yes.
for efficient for the chemical product without biological product.
Yes.
Currently, the chemical product in general is a lot more efficient for the biological product in general.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
In
Yes.
in the future, maybe change. No, I
It
don't know.
may change. Yes. 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 I was, while you were saying this, I was thinking of hydroponia, for example. They are
Yes, yes,
chemical products, right? The ones that are used, or do you also use biological products to produce in
yes,
that way?
yes. But the hydroponic system is expensive
Mm.
method for the
Uh-huh.
produce food. It's
To produce
expensive. The infrastructure, the the um, the
in the system to control everything, temperature, air flow.
yes, yes,
Uh,
it's
mm,
very technologic system
yeah.
uh, for the control to variables.
Variables, yes.
Yes, the control to variable is always a computer
Yeah,
system. Is expensive. The most acquired is the produce to land in general.
I see. Okay. I see. All right. Yeah, and not all products are produced with hydroponia. Mostly, I see that they produce lettuce massively.
Yes,
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 they produce lettuce, but prices don't go up. Maybe because of this, right? Because of being computer assisted.
yes,
Computer assisted.
yes.
Sorry.
The point in this case is the pressure, the activity, the food produced in currently for the world in general is very hard. The land, the good land to produce this food is limited.
Yes. Yeah.
And the level of population of increase day a day.
Yes.
In in en algún momento sería.
At some point, yes, or at some time,
Yes, yes, in some time to ocurrirá un crash.
there will be a crash. Yes, there will be a crash. Yes.
Will
Well,
be a crash.
maybe if you think about it, when technology was not so developed, Africa was in a horrible condition. Now it has improved
Yes,
a lot, but before they would not have anything to eat. So maybe it will once again a possibility to happen, or maybe we may have these in the future because of the number of people. Plus, global warming, because the other thing,
yes,
crops need to be kept at a certain temperature for them to give nutrients. I think they have a limit of 28 degrees. So if you go beyond those 28,
yes,
there are no nutrients circulation. And that means that even though we be eating, we will be very weakish. Yes, we won't have the necessary nutrients for our bones to be strong, for our health to be resistant. So that can be a
yes,
very serious problem.
yes,
Well,
yes.
okay,
The,
but
the challenge for the challenge for the future is the
yes, right, the
distribution to
distribution.
the yes, the challenge is de mejorar es
To improve,
de improve, claro. The challenge is to improve for distribution for the food or level global level.
mhm,
Uh,
food,
yes,
agriculture,
currently have a
there are
lot um, a lot food in Europe, in Japan, in USA for lo tiran, no la aprovechan.
that is thrown away. Right, sir.
Claro,
That's really bad. Yes, it's unbelievable that that
yes,
happens. Really unbelievable.
yes, it's crazy. Uh, Strong away a lot food day
Mhm.
a day is very bad.
So yes,
And in
that's very common. I mean, food even in the streets. In summertime, the streets sometimes get really smelly because of food that rots out there in the bags, for example. Um,
yeah, good.
Especially at restaurants, for example, maybe you have smelly areas because food rots in
Mm,
the extreme heat. Okay.
yes, it's
Okay.
incredible.
Yeah, really unbelievable that that happens actually. Well, here it says we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. Where we have come to values. So can you read them, please? Again, it's the same values.
Sorry, Nilce, I have a call in
Well, okay, all right.
in 12.
Well, what about the timetable? Is this better than Mondays?
Sorry, I check the agenda.
I don't know.
Uh,
Because in that way,
the last week is not a work day,
no,
Monday.
Monday is a holiday, right? But what I'm asking you, is it better for us to have classes on Friday rather than Mondays, for example, or not?
No, no, no. Normally a Monday is okay, but in algunos casos, algunas semanas,
Some week, on some
some
other,
week
yes,
in some week I travel to Monday, but not is
Monday.
normally,
It's
not is
not
normal.
okay. It's normal
Normally the Monday I stay in house.
at home.
But,
I see. Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay, alrighty. Porque probably I will offer this timetable to English services for me to see if you feel it's okay, if Mondays are all right. So then we will continue with Mondays. If not,
Okay.
if you want to make the change, we can have Fridays, for example. But well, if not, I will offer Fridays to English services.
Okay. No problem. Monday is okay
Well,
normally,
okay.
but Friday is okay.
Yeah, all right. So this Monday is a holiday. Do you want us to have a class next Friday?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. At
I
10 or at
attend.
9? Would you like
Sorry.
to have it at 10 or at 9?
9 is better. 9 is
Well,
better.
okay. So I will schedule your class for Friday, next Friday, um,
9 horas. Perfect.
at 9. I have to, yes, it's okay. Friday at 9. All righty.
Okay.
Okay.
Friday is 23. Perfect.
23rd. Yes. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Have a great long weekend. Enjoy yourself.
Yes. Thank you. You're
Okay. You're
welcome.
welcome. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
See you.